Hello, I'm Chris. This is Gross Models. Welcome to issue 67 of Building Marvel's Iron Man. We're more than 2/3 of the way through now. It's getting there. It's really getting there. And starting to come together, I think, hopefully. But before we do the buildy, we've gotten through the ready. The legacy of the real world politics in the history of Iron Man. The War of the Iron Man. The first story from Iron Man Legacy. Sees Doctor Doom return as the villain. Yeah, Doctor Doom, more of a Fantastic Four villain, I believe, but obviously he appears in other things. Radioactive Man, I don't know, it looks like sort of Hulk-ish, but just because of the colour. There we go. Right, we're building the central leg support in a moment. We're going to be putting together some parts from last time onto the groinal area. We're adding his flaps. Groin flaps are being added. Yes, I don't know. But there we go. Right pelvis, left pelvis, completed central leg support. So that's what we're going to be doing. After we've looked at the lady and the Iron Man. Bethany Cabe. I don't know who that is. Didn't seem to be an important character at the party of the embassy. Seemed like just another conquest, but apparently she wasn't. She's, yeah. Someone else, I don't know. I was supporting him in his first days without alcohol. Support figure. There we go. That's that. Head of security. Apparently, there we go. That's where she comes into play. The nanobot armor, mini Iron Man. I don't know. Is that? All right. Okay. He's got a teeny tiny armor, mini armor. Small replicas of Iron Man. Interesting. I like the look of that. That's quite cool. So what we're building now is sort of a bigger version of nanobot mini armor. Interesting. Right, legacy number 1, obviously from June 2010. And next issue, we're building the right hip. So then we're going to be building the left hip, and then we'll be continuing on from there. So let me clear the bench, I'll get the parts ready, and we'll get on with the actual putting things together. All right, as I said from before, we've got the pelvis armor and these 2 bits that we didn't use last time. Got some more screws now. These are the parts that are supplied today. Again, plastic, but they do the job. These are identical, but they are different in angles. Got to make sure you get them the correct way around. So you've got the, let's see, both faces are marked with an R. We need one of these. That's an L. Don't want that one. That one's an R. Is this marked? See anything marked on these? Can't see anything marked on that, but it doesn't. Maybe it's on the side. There we go. That has an R on it, and that has an L on it. So maybe they are different. Oh, different. Yeah, right. So let's get that way round. That goes that way round, I believe, by the looks of it. Fix them together. So that's going to go in there like that. Then that. Get this right. That's an R as well. So that's an L. Put that over there. Move that over there for now. So we're going to be putting these together using an OP screw and then another OP screw. Get 4 of those out because 2 of them are going to be used over there. So this has got to go through from this direction. So I'm going to turn it around. Put that through there like so. So this is actually screwing into the middle bit, not the outside bits. That's interesting. So we'll get that all the way through there. Obviously, when it gets close to the end, we'll start paying more attention to making sure it does line up with the hole over there. Should be just about coming through, almost, yeah. Go. So this is where we find out if that's the right way round or not. I can't really tell by that. It's not very well pictured on here, but let's try again. We'll get that on there, and this one goes in from the other side. And again, isn't going to screw through that piece. It's only going to screw through that piece. So from there and there, right, that in there, lined up through there. I do believe this is the first slightly tricky fitting parts in this build. Right, I will get that all the way through there. I was going to say we'll see if it's going to line up properly, but you can't really tell if it's going to line up properly until you've got it lined up through both pieces of that, so you know that that's actually hinged. So this is going to fit onto the inside of there, like that. With that there, put that in place a little bit, because that doesn't eat, it's not even close. How's that? So this must be the other way round. That wouldn't make any difference to that, would it? Would it? I don't know that that would make a lot of difference to how that fits in there, but maybe it will. Maybe I've got it completely the wrong way round. That's not right. Sure, that would still be in the same place though, wouldn't it? Right, I'm going to go and have a think about this and try and figure out exactly what I've done wrong. It's got to go on the outside. It goes on the outside. That's why that bit doesn't line up. So it's got to line up like that. Right. Okay, I'm trying to line it up on the inside where it's actually got to be on the outside. So that does in fact line up to there. So let me get a couple of these screws in and we'll see if it bends and flexes the way that I think it should. And then we'll worry about it afterwards. Let's get one of these through here. Or not, as the case may be. Right, again. Through there, and that through there. Okay, I'm not going to tighten that up. I'm just going to leave that. There it is. I know I had one out already. Didn't see it. Before I get that attached to there, let's get that bent round to the other side. Lining up. I think it's probably going to be okay. Right, so I've not tightened that up. That's going to enable that to go up like that. Would that be enough? According to the pictures, that looks about right. Right, actually, I'm going to look at the exploded views that I don't normally put in there. That shows it as being a very curvy bit going into that bracket. Is that how I did it? Yes, that's the very curvy bit. So I did have it the correct way around. So that's that. I'll get that signed up. I'll get the other side done as well. And that will be the end of this part of the build. I like bringing parts together. So we've got some new parts installed and fixed in a couple of existing parts from last time. So my box of extra parts is actually getting a little bit smaller. I like it when the parts become fewer. So that's going to be like that. So in normal gravity position, it's okay, but you can lift it up when it needs to, or when the leg bends, or whatever happens in there. So that's okay. I'm happy with that. I'm quite happy with that. So let's get the very bendy bit through there, like we did before. I got the screws out already, didn't I? Put that through from the same side. Go. generally easier the second time around because you've got a vague idea of how things are going to fit, where they're going to go, how tight they need to be, and everything else. So hopefully this is going to be very, very smooth compared to the first bit. So far so good. That's feeling okay. Happy with that. So that's that there. Then get this that way round. That will go through there. Yep. Working, working, working. That. Almost there, so that's about lined up. Good. Up on there. Nice. Sorted. That's that. All right, one more screw of those out. Attach this in there. Again, making sure it's on the outside. Around there. Right in there. Like that. And the top one in there. Before I tighten it down, pops in place to where it should be. All good for that. A bit of wiggle there, but that's okay because I'm not tightening these down yet, so it's probably going to take care of that. Go, and there goes that. So that is this stage complete. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you're enjoying the build. So now we've got these that will bend up when the legs need to get in the way. Yeah, I'm quite liking that. It might be plastic, but it's working. That's the important thing. So thank you very much for joining me. I shall see you very soon when we're going to be continuing with the hip and groinal area. So stay safe. Bye-bye for now.